A month ago, Rolling Stone barfed out a commie manifesto celebrating a government-subsidized world where you no longer work, as others will do it for you. This is great because to them, quote, work blows. That idea fuels the positive spin on the news that 2 million people may leave the workforce due to Obamacare. Welcome to Obama's utopia, where real work dies, just like Brill cream and ulcers. Fact is, whether in government, academia, or media, no one knows how stuff is made. It's all done by invisible work fairies. In progressive fantasy land, everyone is a law student leisurely enjoying a latte, a community organizer collecting signatures against bad things, a feminist blogger upending patriarchy, a bisexual artist painting with bodily fluids. Not a real job in sight, because those aren't cool. So how can liberals deny their ideological victory? Why not embrace it? You've chipped away at the bulwark of the American soul, embracing visions of homicidal losers that we vanquished long ago, all out of historical amnesia fueled by bitter envy. In the Olympics of decline, we have chosen East Germany. We knew that the American dream, defined as achievement through effort, is now a joke. More than 1 in 6 men in their prime are jobless. That's 10.4 million. Now that most aren't looking for work, the government doesn't even call them unemployed. Congrats, President Obama. You built that. Bob, you sound like
so sucked. It's beyond belief.
Well, I'll let you respond to that. Here's the spin I know that the Dems are using. This is all designed to help end job lock, meaning you don't have to keep your job anymore due to insurance. Is that what you're going to say?
No, I'm not going to say that at all. What I'm going to say is nothing. No, I'm going to say this. The people who might take advantage of this and get out of work for government subsidies, well, I just can't imagine that they're probably the capitalist engines driving this economy. They're probably in the caboose, and I don't think we're going to be losing any CEOs, do you?
That's the point. It's not about CEOs. It's about people in the bottom rung.
Right.
Once you get off the ladder, you can't get up the next rung.
Here's what it is. I'm telling you, it's those liberal professors that just absolutely, well, anyway, I mean, I blame liberals for all this stuff.
Oh, blame Obamacare, because that's what's happening. People make around, if you hit $45,000 a year and you get kicked into a higher, it's going to cost you more. So they say, you know what, instead of doing that, I'm going to work less, stay under 45 grand, I'll get the health insurance, and that's where the 2.3 million
you couldn't
jobs
live on 45,000 grand a week.
Bob, it's the lower end of the middle class. It's actually the middle of the middle class. So if you're going to say to middle class down, if you work a little bit more, it's going to cost you more to get health care, you're basically telling them, you know what, work a little bit less, you'll still get health care, and at the end of the day, with all the other programs going on, you probably end up the same way. You're disincentivizing people to go from $45,000 a year to $145,000.
The other program you're talking about, of course, is food stamps. Is that right?
No, Bob. I'm talking about in 2012, there were 126 programs to alleviate poverty, costing $670 billion. And guess what we got for it? The highest poverty rate in 50 years.
That includes Social Security and Medicare,
it's
that's
one of
the biggest share of it.
Correct.
Okay.
But that's, I mean, the real point here, Andrea, is the fact that the media and Obama believes that less work is better. That's kind of the message, right?
I think the message, to be blunt, is we don't care about the economy. I think people need to start realizing President Obama doesn't care. The White House doesn't care. They don't care about the unemployment rate. They don't care about growth. They don't care about the CBO report, because their number one goal is to make people dependent on the government.
Are you
kidding me? No, I'm not. I think it's the number one goal. So this report, Greg, is totally fine because it accomplishes that goal. They don't really care. As for men being, I guess it's liberated, they're saying, liberated from work so they can sit on their couch with their hand down their pants and eat fried chicken. I'm more concerned about the societal. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. I'm more concerned about the societal impact of what this will do to male-female relationships. Because if the guys are out of work, that means more women going back to work. And I think we've already seen a shift between the genders. I think this will be pretty.
What does that mean?
Never mind, Bob.
Right.
Dana, you know, the left could argue that conservatives should be happy because there are going to be more moms at home. But the feminists should be angry because there will be more moms at home.
This is what I think. I think that everybody in Washington, D.C. that is in the PR department or that does their own, that does the tweets, everybody needs to go to their corners.
Yeah.
And they need to face the wall for a few minutes and take a couple of deep breaths. And when they get done with that, they need to find their policy people that work in their offices and go to talk to them for a little bit, because everyone overreacted. The Republicans could be accused of overreach, and there is some of that. The Democrats certainly overreacted because the administration trotted out this line that actually, well, this is a good thing because people will be liberated from work. And now they're trying to fix that today. And everybody is missing the whole point, which is if you look at that Wall Street Journal story today, which talks about they feature 6 men who are not working that want to work. I found that so sad.
Yeah.
But I also think that there's a lot more going on here in the economy and the structure of it that to help these people and to help our country that we're not talking about in the last 2 days because it's turned into more of communications tactics rather than the policy.
You're exactly right. But listen to what Andrea, my dear friend, said there. That the White House doesn't care about unemployment.
They don't care.
They don't care about people not working. They sit back there and they just applaud the fact that people are suffering.
The goal is not to get people back to work, Bob. The goal is to get people on the dole so they can control them. And I do feel sorry for the American male as well. There's a lot of them who want to work and they can't find work. And what does this do to the relationships between men and women? If men are not making a paycheck or feeling good about themselves professionally, they're less apt to get married, to settle down. Their self-confidence isn't up. How does that affect women? Directly. It has a direct impact on women. And I don't even think we know what this is going to do.
Well, blame it on
men
China.
And
They're the
women
ones
and
taking
marriage
all
and
these
relationships and sex and all of it.
That
That's
also
the
is
bigger
too much of a simplification of an answer.
What, the China?
To blame China.
I don't blame China. I blame the big corporate American companies that send all their business to China.
Why don't you blame the tax structure that makes that more economically feasible for them?
I don't believe that's it. I think it's labor that they can get for 92 cents an hour.
You know who I blame? Clowns. All right, we got to go.